After ordination, I was sent back to Rome, and it was possible to celebrate quietly different altars here and there in the early hours. One day I was able to celebrate where St. Maximilian Kolbe had celebrated his first Mass. There, Our Lady had appeared, and that is why he had wanted to celebrate there. The altar is still there, unchanged. One faces the other way. And it hit me, the same grace was coming down. He celebrated in 1918 his first Mass there. And Rome is always a place where one senses the presence of many saints. The truth being taught, the center of the Catholic world, the eternal city. Not far from that altar is an altar where something else happened. Martin Luther, still a Catholic priest, celebrated on that altar his last Mass and went away. On this day, the Lord in the Gospel does warn us about the abuse of grace. Had Tyre and Sidon received the graces that Bethsaida and those villages around had received, they would still be standing. It can be a warning also for us. The same grace was coming to St. Maximilian Kolbe as had been to Martin Luther. In one case, it led to the maximum of sanctity and even to martyrdom. In the other, it led to a division which is still with us, and to losing the fullness of the sacramental life where Protestantism came in. Nowadays, when people are thinking of giving themselves to the Lord, one has to be careful where one sends them. Good vocations are being lost precisely by the abuse of grace and unfaithfulness with regard to the teaching, bits of modernism, a certain desire for a certain type of candidate, and so on, and good classical ones not being encouraged. It is not fair on the candidate, nor is it fair on the Church itself, for to want only a certain type of priest is to limit the kind of scene that we will have henceforth. We do not just want administrators, we want mystics and lovers of Jesus who give not a mechanism and a system which functions perfectly, but an adventure of encounter, a leading into glory, into something higher. And that goes more easily with time in prayer, gratuitous moments, the daily holy hour, the office well celebrated, done with much human force, dynamics based on psychological issues and the like. We need lovers of Jesus at our altars, not functionaries. And so vocations will go elsewhere, and directors of souls will be inclined to send them to places where that kind of a vocation will be encouraged. Alas, We are our own worst enemy. And then down the line we wonder what went wrong. I wrote these in student days in Rome after ordination. Altar of St. Maximilian Kolbe's first Mass. Thou didst bid be, good saint, what shall here be tomorrow on this stone, this place thine own, where on a day of days eternity stood for a moment still. 'Twas here was known the mystery, history ne'er unmade, the hour of passing charged sounds, of unbound rays, magnetic, energetic, where a power here crossed and tossed the laws of ancient days. O hail, high morn, high dawn, there, long, long sighed. All hail, true body, made of syllable and whisper heard before. Hail, friend that cried, hid angel that prayed well, for terrible indeed the deed that bid not be this mark, and 'twould not be did God well. Satan, hark. I had prayed first time in Rome to St. Maximilian Kolbe for the grace of ordination, and it seemed that all hell was breaking loose to stop it. And that happens, it seems, to others too on the way.